the end of June, and thank goodness the heat wave has passed for most of the country. So let's talk about what I let go of this month. Also, thank you guys so much for tuning in to recent videos. So if you didn't catch the Brooks Cascadia 1 in the Moonbeam colorway, please be sure to check that out. It's something different. You don't see it every day on your timeline, and I love the feedback that you guys have shared, that you actually do really appreciate that. So no, it wasn't brought to the timeline just to give you something new. Graciously gifted that. Absolutely love it. It is chilling right over here behind me on the wall, and it is really nice though to see something that you don't see every single day. And I'll say this because I don't think I ever brought this to the channel to discuss, but I really like what Brooks did with the Adrenaline GTS 4 with Jeff Staples. So I know that won't make a lot of people's like top 10 for the end of 2025, but it certainly may make its way onto my list. So with all that being said, let's just get into it, because I have a few things I want to discuss, not necessarily about like letting go, but just some things I've noticed in me letting go of shoes. All right, so let's just start there. I let go of another Fear of God pair. So the Fear of God Raid in the bone colorway. So that one was in a men's 6. Has anybody else noticed this lately, that as you've aged, and I think a few YouTubers have spoken about this, Eddie Wynn may have spoken about this, and I know I've seen some other people on my timeline on Instagram where they realize like their feet, they don't fit into the same shoes the way they used to. And I'll talk about sizing for women because that can be maybe part of the problem with, you know, the measurement itself and how we convert shoes. So Fear of God Raid in the bone colorway. I put that shoe on before posting it on my Poshmark to sell, and my goodness, it just felt so restrictive on my feet. I think I forgot also how pointed it is. Like, it comes to a very exaggerated point for a sneaker. Very similar to the Fear of God 1 itself, so it's not much different from that, but it certainly feels different. And again, maybe it's because it is like in true to size. I'm not even sure anymore, but it just, I put shoes on now, and I can tell if they're an immediate yes or an immediate no for my feet. And I think it is because I'm rather spoiled now when it comes to the pairs I've bought recently. Have you tried on an A1? If you get your right size, they're like clouds on your feet. They are so, so comfortable. Have you put on a 991 V2? They feel amazing. Have you put on a Brooks pair? Okay, I can just run it down. Also, I mean, have you even put on, where is it? Is it behind me? The Stray pair is actually really nice, but somewhere behind me, there's also like the Bad Bunny Campus. I'm selling my Moss pair. I have that posted on my Poshmark, but even that is so ridiculously comfortable, and the interior is also leather, so it just feels really plush on your feet. So yeah, my feet are starting to change. I put that Raid on. It was a no. It was an absolute no. So that sold, thankfully. It was like quick and in a hurry. It actually just went towards other things that I got for myself that I wear because I wear all the other items that are very similar to them in my closet now. So those are gone. A Nike SB is also gone. I let go of that. So the Nike SB Dunk Low, the premium pair, it was the orange label, orange box, and think of it as the infrared, right? You guys know I have the Air Max 90 here in infrared. That's what it was a play off of. When it came down to me selecting that one or this one, I would always just choose the actual 90. So I said, you know what, let me let go of the SB Dunk. I have other SB Dunks that I love and adore, and I don't necessarily see myself parting with those, like the Para, like probably the Paisley, and I would say that Dodgers pair. Like, those are pretty safe. Those are pretty safe. And my Orange Lobster. Those are pretty safe. But I went ahead and let that go. If you guys remember, I actually bought that, I think back in like 2020. It was right after I actually shot for the Air Max Day campaign that I was in for Nike and Foot Locker. So that seems like forever ago, based on all the things that we went through that year as a country. Seems like forever ago. But okay, let me run down real quick also some other things I got rid of, and then we'll talk about sizing. So I also let go of the Yeezy Zebra. Now, I've talked about this, okay? When it comes to trying on different pairs now, I guess I just have to continue to get to the sizing. Some things just feel so much more tighter on my feet. Like they do. And that was still a half up, right? That was in a 6.5. Still felt tighter on my foot. And I just don't see myself wearing the Zebra like now. I just don't, right? I don't. Candidly, I don't. If it is still something you're wearing, possibly other colorways, but I think I still have the, what do I still have up here? The 350. I still have the Beluga 2.0 for right now, but that's also in a 7, so I think that would fit my foot a little bit differently. But the 6.5, that stitching on the top felt so tight, so I was just like, no, I'm good on that. The Vapor Max Plus, that was in the Michigan colorway. I actually gave that to my friend, so she can go ahead and extend and expand on her Michigan, I guess, like centered footwear for when football season rolls back around. And then I also threw in some Chucks and Vans with the Zebras because I actually gifted that to her assistant. Again, it's like we're always seeing each other anyway. whenever I'm at the shop, because again, she is my hairstylist, not for a regular hair. Then what else did I give away? Okay, so I do have things posted, not necessarily given away, but the LeBron, the Equality pair, the low, that is posted to be given or to be sold, not given away. It will be given away if it doesn't sell soon. The Kobe, the Reebok, I don't know if I posted that on the channel or stated on the channel that also is posted. But yeah, the Reebok question mid, that was a commemoration to Kobe with Shoe Palace with the special box. That's posted to sell. Mind you, these are posted for like next to nothing. And then what else do I have posted? So when you get older, your mind starts to go. What else do I have posted? Oh, yes. Again, the Bad Bunny campus. So in the moss colorway, because it just sits there. And if these pairs are not, like, they don't move, I've been able to move some. If they don't, then they're just going to go into a bigger box, and I'm just going to donate that along with a bigger box of clothing to my friend. She's going to have a local back-to-school drive for clothing and for shoes for kids and families. So why not? It's a great way for me to offload some things there and give back. And then for my niece, so I pulled Fear God Essential shorts, sweats that I wasn't wearing, Supreme shirt, some New Balance shirts, and a denim jacket. I also pulled the 9060 and that, like, the people run the views up still on my channel for that sneaker, which is crazy. They really do. They run the views up. But I know she loves 9060s, and, you know, it just might be something really nice for her to be able to have and, you know, add to her rotation, because she wears her, like, grade A pair, her actual gray pair, all the time. So that's what I've gotten rid of. That's what's on the chopping block to go. Now let's talk sizing real quick. If you look at, like, a women's sneaker, right? If you take a look, now this is the women's satin black toe, okay? Having this meant I didn't feel a need, okay, to have the newer one that came out. I know, how blasphemous of me. But if you take a look, right? So I think I may need to start buying shoes just based on centimeters, okay? Because if you look at a women's shoe, if you look at the centimeters, it's 24.5. Now, when I put on a Jordan 1 in a women's 7.5, okay, meant for us, it fits well. 24.5 centimeters, right? But that conversion that we have in sneakers, it's 1 to 1.5. So I should technically go down to a men's 6. Have you ever looked at a 6? A men's 6 is 24 centimeters. That's technically not enough space for my feet, okay? My toes feel cramped. And so that is the problem I'm starting to run into. As I'm trying on, like, different shoes that I don't wear a whole lot, the fit is not fitting. It's not. And it's not that my feet have necessarily grown. I do think they're a little more intolerant to pairs that just aren't that comfortable and aren't that cushioned. Like, I think I really have. I mean, if you wear, and I think like Forms or something, they're pairs that I can put on and wear. But when you think about like a Stray, when you think about New Balances, when you think about, again, the A1s, very, very comfortable, you just got to get your right size. You think about Air Maxes. And again, I said I've ventured into Brooks. My feet are so used to comfort now. For something to feel restrictive, for something to not give them the support, but also, again, the cushion they need, it's making it difficult to hold on to some pairs. So listen, don't be shocked if you end up seeing Jordan 4. I've already gotten rid of some Jordan 4s, but some Jordan 4s, some Jordan 11s leave. Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked at all, okay? And then there will be other pairs where, again, I can't keep everything that I'm gifted, so I do end up passing it along. It just feels right to just spread the karma along. It does. But, like, I'm curious, again, we've reached the end of June. I know it was a really hot month, and not only in terms of the weather, but I'm sure a lot of people have said that in relation to the pairs that have dropped. So please go ahead and comment below. What were you able to secure? What were you most excited about this month? Did you get rid of anything? And if you have pulled back, have you noticed yourself being, you know, able to more easily let things go? I think, again, as you move into buying less, it does become inherently easy to let things go. That's at least what I think. I would love to know your thoughts below, because trust me, we're going to get into some thoughts I have. So if you didn't see the poll up on my channel right now, please go. I just need you to comment, because I've been seeing a lot in the comment section, more importantly, with like 35 to 50 and 60-year-olds and their thoughts on young people not really caring about a lot of the pairs that they're still obsessing over, like decades later. And we're going to unpack that, okay, very soon. So again, if you didn't check out my Brooks Cascadia 1 video, please be sure to do that. And if you didn't check out my most recent video about cost per wear, because listen, running that back a year later, it still makes all the sense in the world, not only for footwear, but for clothing. And it may help you make more conscientious decisions when you're buying things as well. So thank you guys again so much for tuning in. And because we're closing out the month of Pride, you know what, to my gays, theys, and thems, if you tune in, thank you again so much, truly. Okay, listen, know that you have a friend, a supporter, an ally in myself. And if you guys are no strangers to the WNBA, you know that every single season, Asia Wilson has an amazing ally cake for her teammates, and this year she really outdid herself. It's the SpongeBob's hand for me on this cake. For other people, it's the cats, it's the scissors, but it's an amazing cake, okay? So I just, listen, got it before we close out the month of June. I'm not really sure if I saw like a ton of Pride sneakers. I know normally Nike has like their Be True line. I don't know that I saw that, but nonetheless, just know, always an ally in myself. I hope you had an amazing Pride month. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.